Manchester United 4, Newcastle 1. When was the last time we said that in a Premier League game that we scored 4 goals? Was it Chelsea at home in the beginning of the season? I think it was. And Manchester United have done the job today, got the job done. We were losing 1-0 early on in this game. I was fairly happy with the starting lineup, besides Paul Pogba being in, maybe Brandon Williams in for Luke Shaw. That would have made me a bit happier, and I'm not too keen on Pereira playing, which is why I would have liked to have seen Paul Pogba in there. And he's taken James out for Greenwood, which Greenwood needed to be starting a Premier League game. He really did, and didn't disappoint. Scored a thunderous hit in that first half. I mean, we were losing 1-0, and then a decent strike by Anthony Martial. Keeper's fucked it up. Then a second one, they've given the ball away for that Mason Greenwood strike. I mean, that was a hell of a strike, but both goals could have been avoided. But still, Greenwood had a lot more work to do than Anthony Martial, because it was from a distance outside the penalty box, and a great hit. And he's looking a really good prospect, Mason Greenwood, really is. I mean, I was trying not to get too hyped up about him at the start of the season, even though I've seen him a lot play for the reserves from the age of 15 all the way playing up to 17 at under 23 level. I've seen him from the 18s. He has looked one hell of a player, scored some hell of a goals for the under 18s mainly, and some for the under 19s in UEFA Youth League, and even the under 23s has banged him in. And this is the first goal he scored where he's actually scored when we've been leading a game, which was great to see. The other games he's not been able to celebrate because we've been drawing or we've been playing horseshit. And whether we played brilliant today, I mean, Newcastle have given away a lot of goals. Rashford getting himself on the score sheet, which was nice. It's nice to see all our front players getting on the score sheet, because that's what it's all about, getting himself a header. And then second half, Anthony Martial coolly finishing off onto a loose ball, which was a wayward back pass. I mean, Newcastle were defending horseshit in this game, so I'm not taking anything away from the fact that Manchester United have scored 4 goals though, but still we're going to come up against sterner teams than this. I mean, again, but it's good to get back to winning ways and scoring 4 goals. We haven't done that enough times this season, but I think that front three is dangerous, I really do. Certainly in home games we should be playing that front three, I think, more so maybe than away from home. But really, really pleased with that. I mean, he brought Paul Pogba on at half-time for McTominay, so it's good to see Paul back, getting some extra minutes. I think he probably because he's been out a long while, he didn't want to start him, but it would have been better to have started. For some people thought that it would be better to start him, and when we were losing 1-0, people were losing their shit because he wasn't on the pitch. But to be honest, he's been out a long while. He got rushed back before, so I can see a bit why Solskjaer didn't start him. But the Luke Shaw thing is still a bit of a worry for me. I still think we can improve in that, certainly in that department. And defensively, we're letting him far too many goals. It's like 13, 14 league games without a clean sheet now, which is absolutely atrocious. We need to tighten that up at the back. But that front three I would personally keep for the next game against Burnley, to be honest. My overall thoughts before, in the last few weeks, was that I thought that James, Greenwood and Rashford would be our best front three, but Martial has scored 2 goals today. He's definitely a better goal threat than James. I mean, James does offer something different, does offer, certainly, I think he's got about 5 or 6 assists in the Premier League, so can create, and he's got blistering pace, but Greenwood is just levels ahead of James, and Anthony Martial on his day is levels ahead of James. It's just Anthony Martial isn't consistent enough, whereas Greenwood has been very consistent for the amount of minutes he's played on the pitch, because coming on the last 10-15 minutes doesn't really give you a chance to make an impact, so most of their minutes have been completely wasted. You need to be starting games on a regular basis, and this is only his 3rd Premier League start for Manchester United, and he's scored in 3 Premier League games, so obviously 2 of them were off the bench, so that is great to see. Really pleased. We go to Burnley next and hopefully get another 3 points. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Come on, United.